November 22nd, 2021. This is where I gotta go do a service on a direct vent NTI boiler. It's got a Riello burner. I've done it a bunch of times. It's got a couple of tanks on the other side of the house, and haven't changed the filter there in a while. It's got a tiger loop on the system. I'm probably going to change the filter at the tank, make sure I'm getting a good flow out of both tanks, change the nozzle, get it up and running. It's a direct vent NTI boiler. That's the one I had a problem getting that control for. Remember, it was like 10 days to get the flipping thing, and it was... That's what happens when you deal with flipping morons trying to get the parts. You tell them what you want, and sometimes you're better off just ordering the shit yourself online. Yeah. Flipping 10 days to get the flipping thing, and he gets me the wrong part to begin with. I give him the model and serial of the boiler. He gets me the wrong flipping part. Unbelievable. The lady didn't have heat for 10 days. I basically just did it, you know, I did it for just cost. I felt so bad for the lady. But anyway, it's the same lady I've worked for a bunch of times. I knew her husband, and I guess they had got divorced, and I'm still maintaining the furnace over there, the boiler over there. And I used to do it when he was around too. I know the guy. I went to school with him. But anyway, we'll go over there and give the furnace a how you doing. It has had mice in it before, and I put some screening under the hood on the outside. That seemed to stop the mice from coming in. That was years ago. Anyway, she's calling me and she needs it serviced. Miss Molly is working again, y'all. Miss Molly is working again. Yeah, you love working, Miss Molly. I know you love working, Miss Molly. I know you love working. You love working. You love kisses. You love kisses. 2 tanks here. I gotta change that filter. It's been a while, a couple of years. Hopefully these things all shut off properly. That's one. So far so good. Alright. Got the burner off on the other side. Burner off. This is a tiger loop, so it should be self-bleeding. It should be self-bleeding. I don't know how bad this thing's gonna be. Oh yeah, she's due. She's due for a change. She's a muck job. It's been a few years, so we'll change it. We gotta make sure we're getting a good flow here. with a tiger loop, it's hard to check the flow, what you're getting for flow. We'll just change it. Needed it anyway. It's been a few years since I played with this filter. I'll have to look back on my stuff on the paperwork and see how long it's been, but it's been a while. Tiger loop should be self-bleeding. It shouldn't have to. We'll run it. We'll be able to see the air and stuff in there, but it should be okay. I'm gonna bleed the air out of there, out of the cylinder. This is still a little loosey-goosey there. Open this and the air will blow it up into the... I wanted to make sure this thing was good before in a couple of years on the filter. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. Here comes the oil now. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. Hello, anybody home? Alright, new main operant control, new nozzle. That was last year. That needed to be changed. I got the power off to it. Just looking back on when I changed the filter. New filter at tank. That's 4 years ago. So the filter lasted 4 years. That's a good run. We got a tiger loop here. So we're gonna change this nozzle on this thing. This is a direct vent, Riello burner. BF. Direct vents right outside there. I had mice in here before, but I put a screen on the outside, so it shouldn't be an issue. No more mice. That's a Phillips. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. carbony. She's got a little carbon on there. She's a little crusty there, Mama. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. Yeah, she's a little crusty there, Mama. Not crazy, but a little bit. She's a little crusty. This takes a 60-degree nozzle, 40 to 75, 60. That's a hollow one. Run that. This little set screw right there. That goes right inside that hole and holds that right in there. She's a crusty one. She's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. Jump out a couple of zones and let this thing run for a little bit. Make sure I'm getting a good. Should be self-bleeding on the tiger loop, but I just want to make sure. Jump out a couple of zones. Yeah, we got a couple of jumpers there to jump out a couple of zones so we can run it. nice and clean there, no smoke. That's what we want. This is the proper burner you need for the recommend. Riello. See, it's got the built-in makeup here. That's how you know it's for a direct vent. It's got that makeup here. New filter tank, new nozzle, clean burner head, zero smoke. I've been coming here since '05. So that's what, 16 years? Been coming a while.